you ever agreed to something you truly didn't want to do, simply because you didn't want to disappoint someone? Maybe you said yes to babysitting when you were exhausted. Yes to lending money you couldn't afford to lose. Yes to attending gatherings that drained your energy. And afterward, instead of feeling appreciated, you felt tired, resentful, and strangely invisible. For many people over 60, saying yes has become a lifelong habit. You spent decades being dependable. You raised children, supported spouses, helped neighbors, worked hard, sacrificed quietly, and carried responsibilities without complaint. But here is something many people discover too late. Constantly saying yes can slowly steal your peace. And the truth is, learning to say no after 60 is not rude. It is not selfish. It is not unkind. In fact, it may be one of the healthiest and most freeing skills you ever learn. Because at this stage of life, your time matters more, your energy matters more, and your emotional well-being deserves protection. Today, let's talk about why saying no without guilt can completely change the quality of your life after 60. The first thing to understand is this. Saying no protects your limited energy. When we are younger, we often believe we can handle everything. We push through exhaustion. We ignore stress. We keep going even when our bodies beg for rest. But after 60, energy becomes more precious. You may notice that loud gatherings tire you faster. Long drives feel more stressful. Too many obligations leave you emotionally drained for days. And that is perfectly normal. A woman named Carol once shared something very honest after retirement. For years, she hosted every holiday dinner for her entire family. She cooked 4 days, cleaned the house, entertained guests, and never complained. But one Christmas, after everyone left, she sat alone in her kitchen and cried from exhaustion. Not because she didn't love her family, but because nobody noticed how overwhelmed she had become. The following year, Carol did something different. She calmly told her children, "I love having everyone together, but I can't do everything alone anymore." At first, she felt guilty. But something surprising happened. Her family stepped in to help. One son cooked. A daughter brought dessert. The grandchildren cleaned afterward. And for the first time in years, Carol actually enjoyed Christmas. Sometimes people cannot support you properly because you never tell them your limits. Protecting your energy is not weakness. It is wisdom. The second lesson is this. Saying no teaches others how to respect you. Many people over 60 grew up believing that good people always say yes. Especially women. They were taught to avoid conflict, keep the peace, and put others first. But, over time, this can create unhealthy patterns. People may begin expecting your time, your help, and your emotional support without considering your needs. A retired man named Robert experienced this after leaving his job. Because he was available, friends constantly asked for favors. Airport pickups, moving furniture, last-minute errands. At first, he agreed to everything, but eventually, he realized something painful. The more he said yes, the more exhausted and frustrated he became. One day, but eventually, Diane realized something powerful. Love should not require self-destruction. She began setting gentle limits. Instead of saying yes every weekend, she offered specific days she truly felt rested and available. And something beautiful happened. She became more present, more joyful, and more emotionally healthy when she did spend time with her family. Exhaustion does not make love stronger. Balance does. The fourth lesson is this. Saying no creates space for the life you actually want. Many people reach 60 and suddenly realize how quickly time passes. You begin thinking differently about your remaining years. You may want more peace, more quiet mornings, more travel, more hobbies, more meaningful friendships, more time for yourself. But if your schedule is constantly filled with obligations you resent, there is no room left for joy. A man named Harold spent years attending social events he didn't even enjoy. He said yes because he didn't want to offend people, but secretly, he longed for something simpler. Fishing by the lake, reading books, gardening quietly at home. One day, he finally stopped forcing himself to attend every invitation, and instead of feeling lonely, he felt relieved. For the first time in years, he felt calm. Sometimes saying no is really saying yes. To your PCs. To your health. To your happiness. The fifth lesson may be the hardest of all. You cannot keep everyone happy. This truth becomes clearer with age. No matter how kind you are, no matter how generous, someone will eventually feel disappointed by your boundaries. And that is okay. Mature relationships survive honest limits. If someone becomes angry simply because you said no respectfully, the problem may not be your boundary. It may be their expectation of unlimited access to your time and energy. This does not mean becoming cold or uncaring. You can still be loving. You can still be generous. You can still help others. But healthy kindness includes yourself too. One simple sentence can change your life. I would love to help, but I'm unable to right now. That sentence protects your dignity without attacking anyone. The sixth and final lesson is this. Learning to say no often brings unexpected freedom. At first, it feels uncomfortable, especially if you spent your entire life pleasing others. You may feel guilt. You may worry people will judge you. But over time, something remarkable happens. You begin feeling lighter, calmer, more honest with yourself. And many people discover they actually become kinder once they stop living in resentment and exhaustion. Because true generosity should come from willingness, not pressure. Not pressure. After 60, life becomes less about proving yourself and more about protecting your peace. You have already spent decades giving to others. Now it is time to give yourself permission to breathe, permission to rest, permission to choose, permission to say no without feeling guilty, and perhaps, most importantly, permission to believe that your needs matter too. So, let me ask you, what is one thing you wish you had said no to earlier in life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story may help someone else feel less alone. And if this message spoke to your heart, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend or loved one who may need this reminder today. Because sometimes, one small word, no, can be